Hey, this is a boat doctor down here at the bay. Checking out this 25 Staby. Oh, look at all the debris floating out there. Got one here I had to push away, this one. Anyway, hey, the first video, part one, I had some bloopers. Okay, I was in a rush. People kept talking to me. But right now I got radar, got a combo up here. I got to set up the autopilot, but that's really clear. That's on your FLIR camera. I like this instead of the infrared. Tom did a really good job on wiring this. You always have some kind of bugs, but I missed some stuff, you know, like the light up here. That works. Toilet paper. This is how you flush your toilet, and this is how you empty it. When you get full, it'll automatically discharge. When you open up this, there's a blue valve that's open that dumps it out. You close it and it puts it into the holding tank. Under here, there's a shut-off valve to stop water from going into here. Also, the VHF, you may want to make a note. Just make sure you tilt that when you tilt this down, or it's going to hit. Okay, I just have the radar and stuff turned on right now. And then I also set up, like on here, you can put toolbars. Like here's your autopilot. I don't think you can run your options, toolbars, compass and autopilot and media. So if you add media, I can put that up on top, which I'll do. And then you'll have your media up there. Media's there. Okay, so what I was trying in these birds, you can see they're blue spots. We're sitting out about 3/4 of a mile out, so they're way up there. So I'm going to set this to 1/4 mile, and that's more where I can start seeing them all around us there, right over there. You can see them right there. Anyway, I got all this turned on, and then you also got your SD card. Tom put it right here. Now I got a card in here for your maps, and you'll check. I got some kick butt fishing shark maps. But that's what that's for. There's your wireless remote, USB ports, volt gauge, trim tab. You got to look at that. Again, with the winch, goes down but not up. That's probably in the in the wiring. You got the anchor and ropes in there. And then anyway, I'm going to turn on the light so you can see all this. So anyway, waste pump. That's your toilet. Pumps it out. That other one, that switch I was showing you over there, that's like if it overflows, it'll kick out, or you can test it. You can hit that button over on the inside. Okay, lights. Marpa, that's that boat over there. I'm going to hit OK. Wiper, and I think I showed you all that, and it does have the washers in here too. You can see that. I put some water in there. Okay, bait tank. Okay, the deck wash. We may have the same issues. Bilge pump, anchor light. We'll flip this up. We'll go ahead and turn these lights on. That's these lights right here. And you got some lights up underneath here. And you got that. Hey, and I just thought about that on that antenna. That's actually a good deal. We'll run that because we got these bridges, and I think maybe he has too. Deck lights. So then when you're coming, we got the railroad bridge, so sometimes they close it, and then you have to get out when you're trying to drive and put the anchor down, or I mean the antenna down. So they're expensive, but you can and I guess where he's at, he's got a lot of bridges and stuff, low-lying areas, so he needed one that can retract electrically, so you don't have to manually do it. Now I did make a mistake. See how this is working? And you'll see how this is not working. You can look back in here, there's no water coming. They use the same pump for this, so they have a second impeller. It could have been put in backwards, or the impeller ain't quite right, because this is working. This is a shut-off valve for this tank. So when you're going, you can shut that so you don't get water in here. But you notice he's gonna have to tighten his clamp up a little bit right here, because it's leaking a little bit. So I'm gonna shut those two off. Right here, I'm going to leave those on. I'm going to shut that off, and the bait tank off. Okay, the motors are running right now just to keep it charged. And I did do a little blooper. This looks just like a bow mount plug, but this is for his crab davit, which I figured electric. This one here, is for a reel, I believe. These look like short power plugs, but that he must be running 12 amp reels, which is that, which is this, and then there's his battery charger, which that's what this is for, to keep your batteries charged up. So it just has that battery charger. There's your fuel tank, kerosene. Now I got this stove fired up. This is a switch. You can hear I didn't put no water in there just because it's been kind of cold. Fired this one up. You always want to, like I say, hit this button until you see a light and let go, and this should stay lit, and then soon this will turn red. That's good. On and red. Cool down, you just hit the button until you see the lights flicker. Leave it alone. Then this light will go out, and this one here will start blinking, and it will go off, and it's done. Then you can shut the batteries off. Now, the heater keeps saying no connection. Running time, timer, settings, options, time, language. I can't read that one. Oh, source, we want to get out of that one. And this should be your starting time. "20 minutes. So you should be just able to hit this, and it should come on. Shutting down, it says stop. So I'm going to let it shut down. If I hit that, now it says starting. But at least it's saying shutting down. Last time it didn't say that. So anyway, we got the plugs figured out. Or I did. Now, the two people, always remember, of course, to bring the ladder up. You don't want to drag it. So I'm thinking, if I put two people in the boat, that may help that list, but not a lot. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm just setting it up. Yeah. No, I'm doing a video for the guy. So, anyway, there's where your exhaust should come out here. But with just me, and then the props will spin a little bit, just so you know, even if they're in neutral. But you can see the water line there. And see it back over here. It's kind of listing a bit because they put them lithium batteries up underneath that driver's seat. I'll see how it runs first, don't panic. But we may have to move them batteries over to the other side, to over here. There's that. You got your running lights there. Your side lights there. FLIR, which is good. It's got a PA hailer horn. GS19. And that's a powered antenna that goes up and down by the switch. Got the anchor derrick in front. Now you can see it kind of leaning a little bit here. And it's got another side light that works. But see how it's listing a little bit there? See how it's down there and not over? So again, we may have to move that batteries to the other side since you don't have a kicker on this one. Dual wipers with washers. So we'll get back in here. Now I got to set up the autopilot and all that good stuff. Yeah, he could. I know he would hate me, but he may have to string all that stuff over here. You know, hopefully. Okay, so to shut the radars off easy, just hit this right here. I set up this combo for you. So always make sure your radar's off before you power off. So I'm going to turn off all the lights, cabin lights, anchor lights, deck light, and lights. And then power off, and that should put all these to sleep. So I got it dialed in pretty good for you. And of course, boom, starts. I'm going to shift it, yep. But actually, I'll show you when we get going. You're going to, if you want to see the gauges, you got to have that on because they're built into here. We got them talking into it. So it shifts, shift. I always check this. left, right on the steering when they're new, because they could have lines hooked up backwards. And then I put it in neutral. Actually kick that out, put it on this one here. That's a single lever. Put it in neutral. Then you can rev it up. That way I know it's got throttle. Kick that out of there. Kick that out of there so I can run both of these getting away from the dock. And whatever you do, you make sure you put this back plug in. Back here. Because if you don't, you're going to have water, and make sure that plugs in up there. I'm going to shut this one off. And again, I got that all figured out. The heater I got to work on, because that says no source. Running time, settings, starting. So it says it's starting, but maybe you just got to prime the system up, so we'll see. Okay, I'm going to stop, and now it's going to be hours because I got to calibrate everything. But I did get all the stuff set, you know, all the GPSs and the VHF and everything to talk, and all the data and everything installed. So that's going to save me a lot of time. Okay, Boat Doctor out.